So I might try to I don't know if I want to have this microphone or not. Do you guys want it? Or would you rather not have it? With it? With it? Without? What do you like better? That's the first time I've given a presentation with a microphone. I feel like a star. So this is basically the new logo of Massey Vets. So they've come out this year. So they branded. I kind of like it. So it's kind of nice. And the reason why I have so many letters is just because I worked all over the world, and then if you work in a different place, you get different titles, and you get them for free. So the American ones are the only one I actually work hard for. Everything else was kind of for free. So this is my view of the world as I was growing up. So pretty much everything was centered on the Atlantic. This is my view of the world now. I feel like the Pacific so my view of the world has changed completely. And basically, as you all probably pretty much realize, if you heard me speak French, I come from Canada, and I actually come from Quebec. And because we are at the Alliance Française, I just wanted to point out places where they speak Canada as a maternal language in Canada. So you see, Quebec is, we pretty much 5.5 million that speak French as a maternal language in Quebec. So we're pretty much the size, population-wise, as what you have in New Zealand. And the other thing about Canada is pretty much everybody in Canada, 50% of the population lives below this line. So pretty much nobody else live up there. And I actually come from this little part here, which is called the Gaspésie. So, and this is what I meant with the population, so pretty much the only place where people live. And it's so funny because you travel up the States, and then there's nobody in the States at the border, and then you cross to Canada, and it's full of people. It's really, really kind of interesting. And this is basically where I'm from. So I'm originally from the Gaspé Peninsula, and this is the second, Jacques Cartier's second voyage, which is when basically the first time they actually entered where we come from. And Stadacona and Hochelaga is actually the original name of Quebec City and Montreal. And the reason why I'm talking all of that is because we have something in the St. Lawrence River, which is the river that is going into Quebec, that's called a beluga, so the white whales. We actually have them. And actually where I come from is Matane, which is here. And all of that is still salty water. And when I was accepted in vet school, my mother used to work here at the Aile Verte. And you see, this is what we call the fjord of du Saguenay. And this is a little bit like Kikura. It's a place, it's a world famous place where you can actually go see whales. And this is with Iceland, is like, and Kikura is kind of the 3 places in the world where you can easily see whales from the shore. And this is pretty much where the beluga kind of lived. And the reason why I'm talking about them is that in Quebec, we basically do a survey every probably 10 years to see how many of them live in the St. Lawrence River. And what they noticed is from the 1920s to the 60s, there was an enormous dip in the population. And they actually only stopped hunting them in 79. So it's been quite recent that they stopped, but the population did not recover. And when I was, and the total, the last time that they counted them, the total population was 889. And this is a distinct population from the rest of the beluga. They're beluga that only live in the St. Lawrence River. And the reason why I'm talking about it is when I was a vet student, we didn't have any oncology in vet school. The pathologists were teaching us oncology, so everything was dead if you had cancer. But just to give you a perspective, 20 years down the road, there's 6 veterinary oncologists in Quebec that make a very good living. So definitely the treatment of oncology is definitely something that has changed. But when I was a vet student, there was one of our faculty that was very interested in the beluga. And this is actually a beluga that was found about 20 minutes where I'm from. So that was found in Saint-Sulric. And they would, for about 10 to 15 years, every single one of the beluga that they would find, they would bring them to the faculty, which was about 6-7 hours away, to actually do autopsies on them. And this is basically how they did autopsy. And this is actually me. here. Sorry, it's very bloody, but this is basically, yeah, so we did autopsy. And what they found is that actually compare 14% of all the beluga died of cancer, and 20% of all the adult beluga died of cancer. And there was no cancer in animals that were born after 1971, which is when they started doing laws about the chemicals that they were releasing in the St. Lawrence River. And this is basically the age group. So you see, compared to other population of beluga, they definitely found that the St. Lawrence beluga had way more cancer than the rest of the population. And the other thing that they found is compared to other wildlife, which was deer in Sweden, they basically found that there was way more cancer in beluga. And interestingly, most of those cancers were from the intestine. So most of them were from the GI tract.
mother's nightmares falling in the front door. My, climbing in the window. Get dressed, let's go. Take your brother's car keys. Bye bye. Nightmares falling in the front door. My, climbing in the window. Get dressed, let's go. Take your brother's car keys. Bye bye. Creeping up the backstairs, mother's nightmares falling in the front door. My, climbing in the window. Get dressed, let's go. Take your brother's car keys. Bye bye. In the city sky, rise over the you push me to the top floor so we can see the sights. I can tell that you wanted to jump in the I looked at you, I knew you wanted to jump in the I push out, I breathe in, stillness turning away. Don't look back. Don't pretend we'll ever take control again. We're falling beyond the horizon, and all you wanna remains. Fear is falling away. On the poolside, staring into glowing blue. Swimsuit issues with my toes curled in the grooves. I can tell that you wanted to jump in the I looked at you, I knew you wanted to jump in the I push out, I breathe in, stillness turning away. Don't look back, don't pretend we'll ever take control again. We're falling beyond the horizon, and all you wanna remains. Fear is falling away. Keep breathing, keep searching, keep holding on. Keep breathing, keep living, keep holding on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get the show underway in 2 minutes, so make sure you've got yourself a drink, take a seat near the front, and we'll get going in 2 minutes. Thank you.
so soon we're too old to carry. And we knew it, and we knew it, and we knew we only had a little while. In the middle, in the middle, in the middle, just keep ticking over. Before you know it, before you know it, before you know it, parent to parent. For sure, we're all getting older. So we take a lover, so we take a lover, so we take a lover waiting in the corner. And before you know it, before you know it, before you know it, pushing up the daisies. And we go back to where we came from. Those people and those to come and know it's the effort and the more. And again and again and again and again we go. In the end, in the end, in the end, nothing comes easy. So you find a way, so you find a way, so you find a way to take a little with you. For the ones you love, for the ones you love, for the ones you love, there if they need to. Pharaoh, they're not coming with you. Go back to where we came from. There was before and those to come and knows the effort and the more.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Spontaneous!
Used to coming on to a little bit more raucous applause than that, but don't worry, we'll take that on board.
Good.
You started before us, that's great.
Yeah. Well, that's not your fault, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, absolutely, because we haven't trained you and we take Osh very, very seriously. So we're going to train you. Now, just for starters, a few of you are sitting quite far at the back.
It's the hiding. You've got a hiding. You need to be coming forward at least a
You don't want to take a shit up.
Because you're sure. It's better for you. Oh, come on. You can't see me. I'm not here. All right, that's okay.
Okay. So, first of all, Al, do you want to...
Yeah, okay, so basically, actors and stand-up comedians, we thrive on that audience love, ladies and gentlemen. So what we want to do is we want you guys to build that applause. So what we're going to do is really easy. Just pop down your drinks or anything you've got in your hands. And because you've got to actually be relaxed as an audience. So what we're going to do is just put one hand up in the left hand. That's one that makes the L, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's good. So above your head, good. Down in front, or careful of people in front of you. Out to the side. And then back to the middle. Okay, good. And now do that and just keep that into a nice rhythm. Nice rhythm. Loosen up the shoulder. That's good. That's lovely, people.
Very good.
This is good. This is like aerobics in the old folks' home. You guys have got this. That's good. Now the other one. This is the Alan Russian, ladies and gentlemen. So we just do it like that. And same thing. Now this is a bit of revenge if anyone got a little bit loose out now side. And just again, careful. Just get that nice. That's lovely. Like the way. It's very relaxing, isn't it? And then both hands now. Out the front. Up top. Out the front. Out and bring them together forcefully. And out. And then. And out. And then go, punch. Go. Yeah. Thank you.
That's it. Now, can anyone here do a real, shepherd's whistle? No? Okay.
Fingers in the mouth.
Because I'm going to teach you.
Sheeping. Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to take your thumb and your forefinger of your right hand, okay, place it about 1.5 inches apart. A little bit smaller there, sir.
Oh, hey.
That's the one. Okay, pop it in your mouth just in front of your bottom teeth. Place your tongue behind and give it a great almighty blow. Okay, so if that didn't work, raise that thumb and forefinger of that same hand, pop it into the mouth of the person person next to you. At the very least, you're going to make a new friend.
So I think we need gratuitous niceties.
We do need gratuitous niceties. Now, normally we would get gratuitous niceties about ourselves, but we're about to welcome on your MC for this evening.
Oh,
Okay?
I see
And
that stage blush.
Yeah, he's a bit of a stunner. I can tell you that he is wearing a lovely pair of pants and a very nice shirt, and he's got his hair slicked back. He's very, very stunning. So his name is Dylan Stewart. So we want you to yell some gratuitous niceties about him. Okay? So on the count of 3, if you could just yell out the nicest thing you can think of to yell at a person, okay, that you would want them to hear. You ready? 1, 2, 3. And what did you say? Absolutely. Very, very nice.
Even just something like, Dylan, you're looking saucy tonight. I'd love you to come home for a coffee.
That's the one. And if you can't think of anything, just go hoo, 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 and he will totally know where you're coming from, okay?
Absolutely.
So we're going to bring him on in a moment, and you're going to put all of those 3 things together, okay?
Clap, we've got the whistle, we've got the gratuitous niceties.
Yeah, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so we're going to start off easy, just with your two fingers. 2 fingers just together. Okay, add another finger. Okay, you're warmed up. Slip in a third.
Oh, goodness.
Now you bring all the fingers together. That's the one. Bring it all together. Bring it up, Dylan.
Dylan!
Spontaneous, ladies and gentlemen, aren't they awesome? He's going that way and he can't go nowhere. There he is. Bingo. He has realised. How are we going, ladies and gentlemen? Man, you know, we sent them out to warm you up, and that was the best. How you going, ladies and gentlemen? Fucking A, now we're there. So here we are. Normally these gigs are on a Friday. I go, it's Friday, I'm excited, but it's Wednesday. I feel a bit like fucked up. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of midweek, and I'm like, oh man, after this I'm going to go not drink. So that sucks a bit, and there's normally a stool there. To put shit on. Okay. So here we are. This is Stand Up for Peace, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming along. Does everyone know why they're here? No. Okay. Yeah, and you will eventually when I bring out the real comedians. So what we're going to do is, I don't know if you know this, but nationwide, at this moment, there is a comedy show going on in all the major centres of New Zealand. They're happening. Yeah. So Auckland, hold on. Auckland, Hamilton, Palmerston North, Wellington, Blenheim, Nelson, Christchurch and Dunedin are all doing comedy shows at the same time, simultaneously, to help raise money for the victims in Christchurch. Isn't that fucking awesome? Yeah. It is awesome. And we've got some cameras around you might have seen, and they're live streaming it as well. So people who couldn't come down to watch are watching it live at home and hopefully donating some money. Okay. And then all the ticket sales tonight are all going to go to the victims in Christchurch as well. So thanks for coming along. Thanks for supporting something awesome. And we're going to reward you with some really funny stuff once we get people to shut the fuck up. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's a one-way show, ladies and gentlemen. We'll throw funny at you and you just laugh. And don't do anything else. So that's really cool, and it's really exciting to be here. Thanks for coming and supporting us. And I'm really glad to be here because I've had a shit of a day. I've had to do a lot of driving. I've been out and around the countryside visiting schools because that's my job. I visit schools, and I'm not a pedophile. Yeah, it is indeed. And but no, I've been visiting schools. And I've been driving around this beautiful country of ours, and it's lovely. It's amazing how much we take it for granted. And I visited one school and I was like, oh, have you got a loo I could use? And they're like, just in that wee building there. And it was a long drop. Which was interesting because I know they have a real toilet, but they put me in that one. Do you know what I mean? So it was really awkward, you know what I mean? But afterwards, I'm sitting there and I'm in this really remote countryside, like out past Weber. And if anyone knows where that is. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening to sheep baaing, you know what I mean? Cows mooing and bees being. And I was like, this is the most tranquil shit I've ever taken in my life. Do you know what I mean? It was so good. It was so lovely. It was awkward because the kids were there and I didn't close the door. You know what I mean? Because again, I wanted to see the countryside and experience it firsthand, so that was really nice. But I came home and unfortunately I got into a big argument with my wife, which was really awkward. Do you ever like be talking to someone and you say something in your head and you say something else out loud, but you mix them up? And the thing you were meant to say in your head just, you spew it out. I came home and my wife was like, I'm thinking of buying one of those entertainment books, like so you can get vouchers to go out for dinner and it's cheap and it's really good and it's fundraising and I know you're all about fundraising at the moment and it'll be really nice. We can spend some real good quality time together. And I was meant to say, that's a damn fine idea, but instead I said, that's what I want, more time with you. In a very sarcastic tone. She didn't take that as well as I'd hoped. And when I tried to explain I was meant to say that in my head, it made it worse. And I can't figure out why it made it worse, but she yelled at me for several minutes, you know what I mean, and called me several names, so there was that. The other thing that happened today is I got home, and after she yelled at me, she's like, go take the dog for a walk. I was like, all right. So I'm out walking the dog, and I got to a corner, and I could hear a voice yelling, could you help me? And I was looking around, and there's this poor wee lady in her garden. She had fallen and was stuck there. So I rushed over, and I was like, what happened? She's like, I fell, and I've hurt myself. I was like, oh, man, did no one come and help you? She's like, several teens came, but they laughed. I was like, oh, man. And not wanting to be uncool, I also left. Don't get me wrong, I took a selfie with her first. Do you know what I mean? Like I lay in the garden and was like, ah. But that was awkward, you know what I mean? It was my nan. So, it was that. Are we all excited about Easter? No? Yes? No? No? Why? Because it's a fucking holiday. Are we all excited about Easter? Let's do this again. Yeah, fucking me too. I'm going away. Who's going away? Make some noise. Yeah, damn straight, eh? That's the thing about Easter. It's your chance to get out and about and go away. I'm going to my mother-in-law's.
Yay.
Yay! That's one word for it. Last time we went. Now, my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, they live on a farm up in Coburg in Thames, right? And it's a lovely farm, and they have a big house with 5 bedrooms, and then they have a big caravan. Me and my wife always choose to sleep in the caravan, so we can fuck. So, without them hearing, because that's awkward, as how when your in-laws sort of, you're banging away, and you think, oh, they might have heard us, and then you stop, and they start. Because they're just so turned on. Like, that's so awkward, eh? So we sleep in this caravan, but it's a bit of a distance from the house, and there's no loo, and that's okay. But it gets really hot. Do you know what I mean? Like, it gets really hot, and so you have to. And the bed is really small. Now I'm not a small person, as you can clearly see. I'm not, and. Oh, you're so skinny in the back, though. Thanks, man. Yeah, if I go behind the curtain, you can't even see me. Oh, man. So I didn't even know what that was. It was just a blur of noise. Anyway, the bed is tiny, eh? So we have to, like, precision time our turns. You know what I mean? So every sort of half an hour, a buzzer goes and we do a quarter turn and all that sort of thing. But I fucked it up last time. We were there at Christmas, right? And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get on the booze. And so I went into my mother-in-law's cupboard and I was like, what do we got to drink? And all she had was that mud shake stuff, you know, the things you meant to add milk for. It was like vodka and milk. And I was like, in a pinch, you know what I mean? I'll take it, I'll give it a go. and I drank the bottle, which was fun at the time, till about 4 in the morning, when it had passed through and was ready to no longer be inside of me, which is what my priest used to say to me. So, it was ready to exit, you know what I mean? It was like, I'm done in here, let's go. And I was like, oh man, I really don't want to go in the house, and the in-laws are banging. But I was like, they have cows, right? They live on a farm, they have lots of cows. And I was like, I know, I'll go in the paddock and I'll squat down and I'll just paddy that out. And they won't know because they'll think it's just cow stuff. Do you know what I mean? I was like, this is fine, no problems. So I did, you know, like, and I was like, I didn't bring anything to wipe with. Do you know what I mean? So what the fuck am I going to do? So I was like, I know, being the clever, still quite drunk person I was. Do you ever have one of those dogs with worms and they just rub their ass along? Well, there's a bit of dew on the ground, so I was like, if I just dog this all the way in, I'll be clean and dewy by the time I get there. And then I'll be lovely and fresh to hop in bed. And when I do my next quarter turn, my wife will be like, smells like fresh rain in here. I was like, yeah, this is a plan. So I did it, and it was lovely. She didn't say smells like fresh rain, unfortunately. But my father-in-law did come and have a talk to me the next morning and be like, did you take a dump? I was like, no, it must be a cow. He's like, well, the cow left a trail of shit to the caravan door. It's like, cows are weird. Weird cows. So that's where I'm going for Easter. Can't wait. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for your first act for the night? Yeah, man. Damn straight. So here we go. Your first act for the night. It's a real good friend of mine. He's been doing comedy for a little bit over a year. So please welcome to the stage, Morgan Hunter Bell, ladies and gentlemen.
How's it going, everybody? That's what I like to hear. As Dylan said, I've been doing this for just over a year now. Comedy is my favorite thing to do. My second favorite is reading all the reviews I get. But I don't know, lately it's been getting me down a little because I read a lot of these reviews and they all seem to have this one phrase. They all say, Morgan Hunter Bell has no talent. Which, yeah, it makes me really sad to see such plagiarism amongst journalists. So a little bit about me. Recently you've been through a breakup, so I did what a lot of people do. I went out and got a fancy new haircut. New year, new me, new look. I'm feeling pretty good. But the main reason that we broke up was because her parents decided that I was too old and not Chinese enough. I disagree, but it's hard to argue. Yeah, and she would use her Chinese privilege from time to time. I don't know if you've read about that. It's not really hitting the news so much, Chinese privilege. But, she would say to me from time to time, are you asleep? Are your eyes open? I can't tell. Like, right, but if I say that to her, I'm a racist. And the other big issue we had was communication, which kind of flows on there. And sometimes she would say things like, I think we're going too fast, right before mounting me and giving it a good go. It's real confusing, that one. You settled? Great. But it did kind of blindside me to break up because, we were trying to have kids. Or at least that's what our lack of protection would have suggested. But I've been thinking about kids lately, naming kids and the kind of conventions that come along with that, the kind of parent I want to be. And I don't want to be a lazy parent, You ever met someone named after a day of the week, or calendar month? It's Tuesday, it's April. Yeah, super inventive. But how far do you go with that, right? I mean, first of all, I'm one to talk because my ex was named after a season. But how far do you go? You know, you're lying there in the bed and they come, oh, what would you like to name your new baby girl? You're like, oh. I don't know, when is it? 2:15? Yeah, that'll do. Or you go the other way, right? You know, hey, Mom, Dad, meet my new girlfriend, 2005. Wait, I know what that sounds like. That's not the year she was born. No, she was born in 85 and her parents were just really forward thinking. But another thing, a lot of people will get their kids' names tattooed on them, right? And I like that idea. I think it's pretty cool. But I want to plan ahead for that, right? So I want to name my kids after tattoos that I just want to get. You know, I could get like Dragon Hunter. That'd be badass. Go with my star sign, Aries Hunter. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Or Do Not Resuscitate. Yeah, that'll come in handy later. But I actually found out something about my own name recently, and I don't think it's super common to know your origin story at 33. But turns out I was named after a notorious criminal, Terrence Andrew Morgan. He was this guy who was going around Wanganui in the 80s committing fraud. It was my dad's alias when he was committing fraud in Wanganui in the 80s. But as a kid, I always wanted to fight crime, right? I mean, not while I was a kid, but I wanted to grow up to eventually fight crime. But I found out recently I can't get it done. I always wanted to be a detective, but as it turns out, you have to be a regular cop first, and there's a certain fitness level requirement that comes along with that. Yeah, instead I doubled down on the donuts, and now I have the shapely figure of a guy who's been behind the desk for years. Turns out you can't get in retroactively like that. Now the other thing, I can't for the life of me understand anything that's said over a dispatch radio. Yep, 10-4, I'll get right on that. But the main thing is that even if I passed all the tests, I got through the training, I was there, ready to go, I'm too suspicious, I'd be going up to a suspect's house and be like, hey, what are these windows made of? Glass? Yeah, there's a lot of that going around this neighborhood. Do us a favor, will you? Don't skip town. We're going to have some questions for you and your windows. So, are they aluminium framed or wooden framed? And is double glazing worth it? I've been trying to convince the wife, you know how it is. Anyway, you've been a fantastic audience so far. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. I've been Morgan Underbell.
Got my stole. Yes. Alrighty. We good? Alright, just two guys in the chat. Anyway, where were we? Comedy show, yeah. So your next performer has recently come up winning the 2019 Palmy Royal Comedy Quest. How about that? Yeah, man. He is absolutely amazing. We good?
She had to return back. She couldn't miss this one.
No, this one you cannot miss. After this, it's just go. So yeah, your next act is he's the winner of the 2019 Royal Comedy Quest. Please welcome to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, Reef.
Kia ora, kia ora. How's it going? My name is Reef, short for Reefer. Fucking A. My parents tried to name me marijuana, but they couldn't. They didn't know how to spell it. Fucking A. I like to tell people I'm Māori. That way, I don't have to live up to high expectations. Don't laugh at that shit, bro. Because life is hard, but it's even harder when you're Māori. How would you feel if for all of your life As a kid, as a teenager, and even as an adult, always being called bro. Whenever I walk down the street and I hear someone yell out, "Hey bro," I've got to look around, because they might be talking to me. And it's the same thing at work, but there are two of us Māori fellas there, and we both get called bro. We have birth certificates, we have names. My name is Reef Ray Charles. The other Māori guy at work, his name is Mako Mako Te Riri Holden Jackson Jack Daniels Rukuhana Iti Iti Tātou the third. We have names, but nah, they want to keep calling us bro. Hey bro, you forgot to turn off the truck lights. Hey bro, you forgot to order the word. Hey bro, Steve said he saw you eating my pie. Did you eat my pie, bro? Nah, it wasn't me, so it must have been the other bro. And tell Steve to tell his wife to stop putting mayonnaise on his sandwiches. Crack up, eh? I bet all of you fellas 1 million hangi rocks. Each of you have names. I bet you have a name. What's your name? Kia ora, Steve. I bet you have a name. What's your name? Kia ora, Robert. I bet you have a name. What's your name? You. Oh, kia ora, Denise. That's a beautiful name. I bet you have a phone number too. Names. My dad said names are like condoms. Use them. Oh, fuck, I should have listened, eh? You know how many kids I got? Neither do I. I grew up in Martin. We grew up fucking gangster. Our house was like once we're warriors. We never had any uncle bullies in our house, but we had a lot of uncles come and stay with us. They had either just gotten out of prison or were just about to go in. And do you guys know what charging is? Charging. That's when you shove something up your ass to smuggle it into prison. So back in the days, when someone said, "Hey, charge my phone," it had a different meaning back then. And back then, phones were a lot bigger. I told you fellas, we grew up fucking gangster. Down the street I had a friend Matthew. Underneath his dad's bed, his dad kept stolen electrical equipment. Up the street I had a friend Kano. Underneath his dad's bed, his dad kept cannabis oil. I know it's not real. Fuck, that felt alright though. Underneath my dad's bed, I don't know what he kept, because he was in prison. We grew up gangster. You see me here? You see me doing stand-up comedy here? Back home in Martin, I'm a bad motherfucker. I do sit-down comedy, like this. Hey, what's a Māori's favourite letter of the alphabet? A. I do lie-down comedy, like this. My uncle applied to the Ministry of Education to homeschool his children. His application got declined because he was homeless. Fucking hell. I do comedy mid-air. I jump out of a tree and tell half a joke. Knock, knock. Told you fellas, we grew up fucking gangster. Don't get me wrong. I love my Māori people. My Māori people love to contribute to our society. We contribute in sports. We contribute in the entertainment industry. We contribute in the prison system. I believe that as long as we occupy at least half of the bed spaces in prison, we're doing our job, and we're fucking good at it too. You know how we do it? We keep a register for that shit. One day, you might get the call up. Himi, kia ora. Tama is due to come out on this date. If you commit your crime 4 years prior to this date, by the time you get through the legal system, we should be kei te pai. I haven't had the call up yet. Not yet, touch wood. Maybe it's because my mum sent me to a Roman Catholic school. On the last day of school, the priest said to me, "Reef, God is inside you. I said, no, he ain't. You are. Have a good night. Peace.
Reef, ladies and gentlemen. Wasn't he awesome? You seem like he won, right? Handsome and funny and all those things I like about my menu. So, here we go. Your last act for this third is a multi-award-winning improv group. You saw them earlier. Welcome them back. Spontaneous, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, we got distracted there, Amberley photo backstage. Right, we're serious. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are Spontaneous from Centrepoint Theatre. Hands up if you've seen theatre sports before. Hands up if you don't know what theatre sports is. Hands up if you've seen the television program Whose Line Is It Anyway? Okay, cool. We're kind of like that, but a little bit sort of grubby out, and we don't have a really cool singing back guy, so we're playing this.
So tonight we're going to do some improv for you. Now, this relies a little bit on you, actually, because we're going to be giving you, asking for things like what we call ask fors, okay? So, for example, if I was to say, could you please all yell out your first name?
Chris.
Sorry, and what did you say? Mary, correct. See, it's that easy, okay? So we can be asking for you to shape our scenes so that we are creating scenes for you on the spot. These scenes have never been done before and will never be seen again, thankfully. So, that's a double-edged sword. If we are amazing, good on you. And if we're not,
Either way, so what we're going to do is start off. Now, we realise that Leonda's a bit of a hard taskmaster, so what's going to happen is Emily and I are going to do the first scene, but Leonda likes to be the judge of how we go. So we're just going to play the scene, try and get some good solid acting going on, but Leonda has the privilege of being able to say, change that if she doesn't like what we're producing. That seems fair.
correct.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, the first ask what we're going to get from you is, it's Amberley's first day at a new job. What is her new job?
Crab
fishing.
Excellent.
Crab fishing.
Crab
So,
fishing it is.
first day, crab
Is there
fishing.
anything else you can like?
No, I'm okay with crab fishing.
Fantastic. Go.
Yep, that's one crab pot down. Oh,
Gary?
right, you're Steve.
Yep, here's my first day on the job, mate.
Yeah, mate, have you done crab fishing before?
Not this kind of crap.
Change that.
Every weekend.
Well, this isn't fucking the daily bar, mate. This isn't your simple crab fishing. These are crab pots. Every pot's got to be tied up, and you've got to lump it over the side whenever the captain calls ahoy.
Change that.
Every time the captain says, yeah, giddy up.
Change that.
Every time the captain says, drop the bitch. So you push. So see that one there? Grab the rope, tie it on.
You're going to have to demonstrate a good knot for me, mate.
All right, okay. So basically, you get this one over here, flip it over here, get it through there, come back to the other side.
Change that.
So you get this under here, get it through there like that, you do the butterflies, through there.
Change that.
You get around here, through here, do a bit of this, and then it's done, just like that. That's good, really good. You've done that before.
Oh, not on a boat.
Change that.
On all sorts of boats.
Change that.
Only in my bedroom.
Right, well that's good. Well, you don't get much sleep out here, okay? So what you've got to do is you've got to plant your feet like this, okay? And you've got to sway with the boat. So the boat just sways, that's right. And then as you go, that's when you grab your rope, tie it to there. And as you do it, you're going to sing a bit of a sea shanty, yeah? It's like low, ho, tie me bow.
Change that.
Oh my God, I can't think of a rhyme.
Change that.
See, my rope goes in the pot. I've got to say, in that outfit, you're quite hot.
Thanks,
Got to get some lines going on here.
Excellent. So for the next game, what we're going to do is we are going to do a press conference endowment. So this is going to mean that I'm going to leave the room and you guys are going to discuss what I have to guess when I come back in. So the improvisers are going to have to try and feed me clues without actually saying what it is that I need to say. And you guys are welcome to join in. So on that note,
Absolutely.
is there someone that can accompany me outside
The foyer.
and make sure that I don't hear anything?
Oh, excellent. So it is important that you don't say the actual words that were meant for Leona. And Emily and I will be asking questions as if we're at a press conference. If you think you got the hang of the game and want to try a question as well, you can feel free. So it's audience participation. So Leona is a famous person. She's going to be selling a particular product. So what famous celebrity from now, whenever, doesn't matter when, where, who, what famous celebrity is she? Suzanne Paul. Okay, I'm going to say that'll be too easy because it's too close to selling. So we're going to make this a little harder for Leona. Robin Williams. Good. Okay, excellent. Robin Williams. She is Robin Williams. And she is selling what unusual product? Pardon?
Hamster wheels.
Okay. Liposuction for hamsters. Yep. Liposuction for hamsters. And what is the unfortunate side effect of the liposuction for hamsters?
Getting fatter.
Oh, getting fatter. Oh, okay. So we'll ignore her there. Which you shouldn't do, ladies and gentlemen. Get checked. Okay. A mate told me. Okay, so Robin Williams, she is promoting liposuction for hamsters. The unfortunate side effects is they're getting fatter. So we've been asking her questions about this stuff. If you feel you get the rhythm of it, feel free to try and ask a question as well. Then do not say the actual things. If she gets it, then round of applause. Right, so we'll get her back in.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much. I'm so happy to have you at the launch of the Never Forget Again keychain. Oh yes, sir.
I must say you're looking much better than I expected.
Well, you know, I have spent the past few weeks in hospital. Yeah, and it's been difficult, but you know, I'm Kim K, and my nose job didn't take me up for too long.
Have you retired your patchwork dress, have you?
Yes, I have. I have retired it. Being a patchwork doll was not really sort of the aesthetic that I was going for. Yes, sorry, a question, please.
What is your response to Peter's campaign against your product?
Peter's campaign?
Yeah, Peter, P-E-T-A.
Right, the fur people. Yeah, well, you know, I think
that is true.
that they're being a bit
I'm quite hairy with her.
I'm quite, I'd like to call the term astute. You know, being Robin Williams is a hard
Yes. Was the running just not doing it for them?
The hamsters on a wheel. The hamsters on a wheel.
Yeah, so
It's the new
you know,
product.
aren't you just body shaming them?
Well, I just thought it was important, you know, with that they were a Fitspo inspiration to everyone on Instagram, and I thought, well, why not have a hamster weight loss program?
But wouldn't that require natural means, not something so artificial?
Well, like diet pills for hamsters.
As well?
Yes. They are solidly built.
So don't you think it's suck a little?
It is in the form of a lollipop. And trying to get a hamster to suck a lollipop is a great deal.
Oh, well, it's not them doing the sucking, you're doing the sucking, aren't you?
Next question.
Are you targeting just their middle portion, or are you doing the little hamster thighs as well?
We are going for the full body mummy tummy on a hamster trimmed down. And it is all in the shape of a lollipop. It's a lollipop that you can suck that's hamster flavoured. Yes. Oh, it's an entire Instagram package. We teach everyone how to do a duck face, to do the over-the-shoulder look as well, and how to make your ass look larger.
But what voltage hoover do you use for the procedure?
Dyson, only the best. 2,000 watts.
it's just not happening.
Well, the side effect of it is that it doesn't work for everyone. There was a question behind you, Esther.
Yeah, I was saying there was not 30 goes that it wasn't working properly. What's your response to that?
Well, it's in the small print. You've got to read it. If you don't read it, you're stupid. It doesn't work for everyone. It's worked for 0.1% of the population.
It is a bit of an unfair thing to say, small print, but what if the print's getting bigger?
Then your eyesight is actually getting better. And that's another side effect of it. Yes.
So how do you deal with the growing number of lawsuits that allege this procedure is not only ineffective, but perhaps dangerous?
Well, the other side effect of it is that it can go in the opposite direction and actually cause weight gain.
Can you wrap this up and give us a breakdown of what's happened?
I am in fact Robin Williams, and I brought out a new product for liposuction for hamsters, and an unfortunate side effect of it, which we are currently in lawsuits for, is that it can actually make you larger.
I've got to say, give you guys pucky.
That's us. Okay. Well, thank you so much for having us this evening. We've really appreciated you joining us and joining in. If you have enjoyed us this evening, ladies and gentlemen, we have been spontaneous.
Yes, if you did not, we are Bulls of Rabbit Society. But check out our spontaneous Facebook page, because in May, National Theatre Sports Champs being held in Theatre Sports.
That's right. And otherwise, we do monthly shows at the Dark Room. That's Saturday each month. So we'll see you soon.
Thanks very much.
Oh, spontaneous, weren't they awesome? Come on. Appreciate it, weren't they awesome? You're damn straight they were. We're going to take a wee break now so you guys can go to the loo, smoke, do whatever you do in breaks. I don't know, whatever it is that you want to do. Come back in about 10 minutes, we'll have some more comedy for you, eh? Yeah, awesome, see you then.
Put the air up, I suppose. Yes, lock it on.
I've got to know. Does he take you places that I don't? And what happened to the stars? and negotiate, or miss the point, aim at you. Just wanna hear you say something that you believe to be true, but you say you don't know. You don't know. You just say you don't know. You don't know what it feels like. What it feels like. So I'll go before I fall to pieces. Yes, I'll go before I fall to pieces. Now I'm just waiting for something that might never come. If it's a million to one shot, I'll make sure I'm one. Seems that nothing is certain except the truth turns to lies. Never figured it out, I found out why. So I'll go, yes I'll go, yes I'll go, yes I'll go. Oh baby I'll go, oh yes I'll go, yes I'll go, oh yes I'll go. Before I fall to pieces, before I fall to pieces, yes I'll go. Before I fall to pieces, yes I'll go. Before I fall to pieces. Thinking back, thinking of you. Summertime, think it was June. Yeah, think it was June. Laying back, head on the grass, chewing gum, having some laughs. Yeah, having some laughs. It made me feel like the one. Made me feel like the one. The one. It made me feel like the one. Made me feel like the one. The one. Drinking back, drinking for two. Drinking with you. When drinking was new. Sleeping on the back of my car. We never went far. Didn't need to go far. It made me feel like the one. Made me feel like the one. The one. It made me feel like the one. Made me feel like the one. The one. I don't know where we are going now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get the show back underway in a couple of minutes' time, so make sure you got yourself a drink, take a seat near the front, and we'll see you back here in 2 minutes.
Wake up, call, coffee and juice. Remembering you. What happened to you? I wonder if we'll meet again. take a look at me now. So 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 take a look at me now. You are the sun, you are the only one. My heart is blue, my heart is blue for you. Be my little rock and roll queen. Be my little rock and roll queen. Be my little rock and roll queen, yeah. Be my little rock and roll queen. You are the sun, you are the only one. You are so cool, you are so rock and roll. Be my little rock and roll queen. Be my little rock and roll queen. Be my little rock and roll queen. You are the sun, you are the only one. You are so cool, you are so rock and Do you remember a time when you would go from Mars? I don't know if you knew that. I would stay up late playing cards and you were into and cigars. And she never told me her name. I still love you, the girl from Mars. Sitting in a dreamy days by the water's edge on a cool summer night. Fireflies and stars in the sky turn to glowing light from your cigarette. The breeze blowing softly on my face reminds me of something else, something that in my memories been misplaced. Suddenly all comes back, and as I look to the stars, I remember the time when you were gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second third of Stand Up for Peace. Please welcome to the stage your MC, Dylan Stewart.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Did everyone have a nice break? Yes. Yes. Did anyone get laid? No. Yeah? Someone said, yeah. No? No? You're just doing that for comedic things? Fucker. I was like, tell us all the details. Well, like, go in the bank and... There's always, yeah. Because doing spontaneous, yeah. Whoa. Are they still here? Yep. I hate when I do dumb shit like that, eh? I hate when I do dumb shit and afterwards you're like, why? Why? I'm a relatively normal person. Why do I do dumb things? Do you know what I mean? I did a dumb thing the other day in front of my wife. I scratched my ass, right? And then I forgot and scratched my nose. Oh, come on! You ever done that? You ever do that thing where you like you get a little something on your hand, you gotta smell it? Do you know what I mean? You don't know why. You're just like, is that poo? Yep. And then you do the double smell. Do you ever do the double smell? Just like, oh. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, poo. There's poo on my hand. I like when I do that, then I do the double smell, and then I go to my wife, smell this. What is that to you? I love that. I tell you the other dumb thing that happened to me. Afterwards I felt like a real idiot. Do you ever? How can I put this? Do you ever say a word so much it starts to sound weird? Yes, right? Well, I had something like that, but I thought too hard about how to do something. You're right, bro. Come on. I thought too hard about how to do something. I forgot how to do it. Has that ever happened to someone? I was like, how do I get my fingers to play the piano? And I thought about this for 8. I was like, how do I make the notes, my fingers hit the notes in the right order? And it freaked me out for days. And then I just couldn't play the piano. Just couldn't do it. Do you know what I mean? And for days I was freaking out. I was like, I thought too hard about this. And now I'm fucked. And then I went to my wife. I freaked out so much. I went to my wife. I was like, I think I'm going crazy. She's like, why? And I was like, I've forgotten how to play the piano because I thought about it too hard. She's like, you could never play the piano, you fucker. So that was dumb. That was dumb. I regretted that one a lot. So, but make some noise if you've got kids. Make some noise if you don't. Happy ones. The happy ones. The ones who pulled out. You know what I mean? The ones who are like, thank God for self-control. And the rest of us were just balls deep. Uncontrollable. I got kids, but I've discovered that kids are really good for getting you out of awkward social situations. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you ever be like, you guys all right? Dude, it's a listening show. Listen. You'll love it. You'll love the show, man. And everyone's here to have a good time, bro. So, guys, man, come on. Thanks, man. Choice. Thanks, brother. That's awesome. You're going to have a good night. You're going to have a good night, bro. Give it up. Give it up for a good night. Kids, I was talking about my kids. They get you out of social awkward situations. Like, I was actually at a dinner party the other night, and I was sitting with my wife across from me, big table full of friends, you know, we're all chatting away. And the people whose house it is, they work from home and they work together. So they're just constantly together. You know what I mean? Like they work and then they're just still there all the time, up in each other's faces, working, right? And they're like, but Dylan, you could do that with your wife, right? If you were around her all day, you'd be real happy. And I looked at her. She gave me that, what you going to say now, cunt? Because if you fuck this up, you are going to be solo tonight. So I was stressing out because I don't want to lie. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm a real bad liar, and she'll know. I don't want to lie. And I'm like, well, and just then my kid comes up and goes, Dad, me just disputed Uncle Kieran's Xbox. And I was like, thank fuck. Do you know what I mean? This is the best $500 mistake I've ever had. And I was like, excuse me, and left long enough for the conversation to die. But they do get you into awkward social situations. Because at the same dinner party, after I cleaned up the spew, we had all the kids at like the kids' table. You know what I mean? You do that? You have all the kids at the kids' table, and I wasn't near them, and I could hear the conversation. And one kid turns to my kid and goes, why is your dad so fat? And I was like, here we go. What's going to happen here? What's she going to say? Because he likes cheese? Because that's the truth. Do you know what I mean? The truth is, I love sitting and eating cheese. Do you know what I mean? Like blocks of cheese. I have emergency cheese on my couch. Does anyone else have that? Just in case. No? Right. So I'm like, what are they going to say? And just then, my daughter goes to answer. The music stops, like it's between songs, and the conversation at the table dies, and there's complete silence. And my daughter goes, I don't know, but maybe it's because the other night I walked into Mum and Dad's bedroom, and Mum was blowing him up. And he obviously wasn't full because he was holding her head there, hoping it to deflate. That was fucking awkward, eh? Like, there was that. I was actually really proud of my kid. I was like, yeah, this is going to cost me in therapy, but yeah, that's fine. Way to be creative, child. Oh, fuck. I tell you one thing that's happened that just fucking made my life forever. So, you can't punish kids physically, right? And that's a good thing. You can't, that's good. I'm really happy about that. But you do have to find ways to punish kids, right, when they're naughty. And time out, like we've got 6 kids, right? Because I'm a fucking machine in bed. So we've got 6 kids. No, some of them aren't mine. We've got 6 kids, right? And so when we're like, time out, they're like, thank fuck. Do you know what I mean? Oh, God, I get to get away from these other assholes? Yes. All right, I'll stay there all day, no problem. So we had to come up with new ways to punish them. So we started making them watch bad Nicolas Cage movies. You know what I mean? We're like, shouldn't have said that word, here comes Con Air. And they scream. But it backfired, right? So, and this is what happened. I'm so happy about it. I shouldn't be. When I tell you this, you're going to be like, you shouldn't be glad about this, but fuck it, I am. I get a call from my daughter's school. And they all go to Globally School, and they ring me, and they're like, Mr. Stewart, we're wondering if you can come in and have a chat about your youngest daughter. I was like, sure, no problem. I was like, do you want me and my wife? They're like, just you. I'm like, fuck. They've done Dad's routine in class. Do you know what I mean? They've done one of Dad's jokes, and they've called someone a cunt. So I'm like, shit, this is not going to be good. So I go in, and I walk into the classroom, and there's my wee girl. She's 5. And I go, oh, hey, blah. I go, well, what's happening to the teacher? She goes, well, we're concerned about several things, but let's start with this. And she goes, girl, she has a name, but I'll say it to you. She's like, go get the artwork you did today. So she goes and gets it, and she comes back, and she prompts this thing down. Now I'm going to describe it to you. Use your imagination. It was imagine a big tissue box, right? With a roll in it, for like a hand towel roll stuck into it. And on the front of that, she put a milk bottle lid, and she drew 2 eyes on it. And I'm like, oh, darling, that's the best giraffe I've ever seen. And she's like, it's not a giraffe, Daddy. I was like, dinosaur? No, it's not a dinosaur, Daddy. And so she looks at the teacher, and the teacher looks at her and gives her a reassuring, it's okay, you tell him what it is. She goes, it's a thing that's haunting my dreams. I was like, oh, no. Oh, that's horrible. I was heartbroken, you know what I mean? Oh, Bubba, I didn't know you were having these bad dreams. She said something. I said, is it a monster? She goes, sometimes. And I said, is it like the boogeyman? She goes, no. I go, what is it? She goes, Steve Buscemi. From the Palmy movie. Fuck. So that punishment, we can't do that anymore. We can't make them watch Nicolas Cage, so. But they're getting bullied, so we're thinking Bruce Lee. You know what I mean? Like, if they're going to pick something up, it might as well be kicking some ass, you know what I'm saying? Are you ready for your first act of the next third? Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Before we bring her on, we're going to play a wee game. I like to play a wee game sometimes with my audiences. So, there's a handsome devil right on the end there. Yeah, buddy. With glasses. Handsome man dressed better than I am. Good for you. Buddy, in a few minutes, I want you to stand up and say, I love comedy, right? Cool. Then, I think, I'm looking, and I see a lovely lady here wearing something in white with dots. Hello. Yeah, how you doing? What's your name? Ella. I didn't get your name because I don't care. Ella, you're just Guy, right? Dude. Ella, when he says, I love comedy, I want you to stand up and say, not as much as me. Can we do that? Cool. And then, oh man, I want someone, who are you pointing to back there? No, they're too far away. There's a dude in a FMG hat. Yeah, buddy, how you doing, buddy? What's your name? Hamish. Good on you, man. That is a name. So, Hamish, when Ella says, what are you saying again, Ella?
Oh, not as much as I do.
Bingo, you're fucking great. When she says that, I want you to stand up and say, who the fuck cares? Bring on the next act. And when he says that, you guys go mental for the next act. All right? And we'll bring her out. Cool. Do we need to do a dry run, or are we're going to do it on the night? Do it on the night. Okay, here we go. Now, if I didn't pick you, just clap. Go absolutely mental, all right? Are you ready, cameraman? We good? We're good. He's giving me the big thumbs up, or middle finger, one on the two. Right. Here, actually, I feel bad. What is your name? Sam. All right, Sam, are you ready? Here we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
I love comedy!
Not as much as I do.
Who the fuck is? Bring on the next act.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, a starter!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Astarte. I don't know if you heard, because I didn't hear it. I've just come back from overseas, and people might want to know, did I have a good holiday? No, the fuck I didn't. It wasn't a holiday. I was trafficked as a sex slave. But really, they hadn't done their homework because they had no idea who my target market was going to be. Wrong age for a start. But I did get a really good insight into how the industry works. It was fascinating. And guess what? It's full of bungling bureaucrats, just like the IRD. And everybody still gets screwed. Except me. But they took heart when I said I got experience doing deep tissue massage. So they gave me an interview. And when they came to wanting the happy ending, I failed. Apparently my grip's too strong. So they sent me home with no nookie, bugger. But the real truth is, I was trafficked to England by my mum to be a live-in household slave after she came out of hospital from serious surgery. And her major problem that I had to help solve was a blocked pipe. Now, in order to show you what I did, I wonder if there's somebody who's a bit of an odd job person who can come and help me with this. Volunteer, please. If you don't volunteer, I'll pick someone. Like this lovely gentleman here. Would you come and help me? I'm sure you're quite good at odd jobs, yeah? You're not? Not so good with pipes, perhaps. Oh, well, never mind, you can help me anyway. Would you put those on, please? And I'm going to get a chair. Right. What's your name? Jamie. And you're not good with pipes? Well, you're going to be brilliant with pipes by the time we've finished. And he's one dude who can put on rubber gloves. Is this what an electrician does? You put on he's smart. I'll take note, man, because that's how to do it. It's like putting on 10 condoms at once. If you come and stand here and face that way, just right here, close to me, that's it. Now can you put your hands on my lower back, please? Okay, lower, lower, Oh, come on, get right down there, to the bottom of my, that's at the bottom. Ooh, that was nice. Did you see that, folks? Now push.
Good. Yeah! Plop.
That was a really good odd job you had to do in there. Thank you so much, Jamie. And, oh, yeah. Keep those gloves as a souvenir. Cheers for Jamie. Yes, now, ladies and gentlemen, that was the pipe. Seriously, though, it is a serious problem because pipes are a problem if you've had children. The back pipes get blocked, the front pipes leak as you get older. And sadly, with the best will in the world and 1,000 pelvic floor exercises a day, nothing is going to prepare you for the equivalent of passing a rugby ball, or more than one. So I'm going to show you exactly what happens when you pass this rugby ball. And I have an elastic bandage here to help me with my demonstration. This represents a vagina, a birth canal. It's more like an elephant's birth canal, but it'll do for this demonstration. We're going to start the process at transition, where the head of the baby starts to come through the birth canal. This is the bit where it starts to hurt.
Oh my gosh, this is so painful!
Said no woman ever.
Oh my god! Oh, it hurts so much! Push it back! Oh, you bastard! It's your fault! Or it was your brother! Oh, it's got hair! And the head, it is worn. There's the rest of the body to come, but I don't think I'm going to get by this body. So this never happens in real life.
Now, this is a pretty serious thing, ladies and gentlemen, because nothing prepares your foo-foo for tea. This is what happens. I had 3 children. And 3 children created tears fore and aft. There was one fix. Surgery. 2 surgeries. And now I've got a perfect pipe at the front and a perfect pipe at the back. And I have the tightest fanny in this room. But visiting rights are restricted to my smear nurse and my lover. My lover's here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been stars and I've been a star.
Cigars and crosses on the website. Swear one smiling at me.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what's yours, son? All right, we're going to keep this train rolling. We're going to bring on your next set. So please, keep going, keep going, keep going. Welcome to the stage, Justin Knight!
You think I got no conviction?
Bring it, Palmy. Oh, so good to be here. Oh, I've been doing a few messy jobs myself around the house lately. They're hands-on jobs. They're hand jobs that I give myself. Messily around the house. And now I'm kicked out, and now I'm here. Whew, okay, where the fuck do I go from here? Speaking of my mixtape, I do this sort of non-sequitur segue a lot, but luckily for you, this time it's something that you actually care about and can pay for. Okay, I'm gonna do a little corn response thing, a little rap. So I'm gonna do a rap, and then at the end of each line, I want you guys to repeat the last syllable repeat the last syllable of that line. So for example, Dylan's EMC. Right? Okay? And the key to this is you guys got to be snappy, otherwise it's going to be offbeat and awkward and all that kind of stuff, okay? All right, ready? All right. Dylan's EMC. Palmy DOG. Don't like frozen peas. Ooh, I need to pee. Here to bring the heat. Cooler than iced tea. Who will sleep with me? It was worth coming out. It was worth getting kicked out of the house. Okay. Yep. Have you guys heard of the rapper Hobson? Yeah, some of you have. I'm the Chinese equivalent, hoisin. Spitting that hoisin sauce. One day I want to be like my heroes, Notorious MSG. They're an actual band, go look them up. Really happy and excited to do this gig for the Christchurch Relief thing tonight. Because like this show, in my mind tonight, is about racial diversity and unity, right? And the best way of showing that and enforcing that really isn't to tell people about it, but it's for people to see people of ethnic minorities doing different kinds of cool shit. And I was getting really into that. I was driving back home, driving here, and I was just getting really into it, too into it. I was like, yeah, go diversity, go Christchurch, fuck racism, fuck stereotypes. Then I crashed my car. The revolution can wait. We're just gonna have to keep the racial stereotyping to a minimum for the rest of us. Knock knock. Do you know conf? Racist. What did I just say, sir? You're part of the problem. All right, let's switch gears a little bit. I've got another moral question to ask. Recycling's hard. Who here thinks we should always recycle plastics? Give me a woo! Okay. Oh, that's bad news for me. It was hard enough fitting my old boss in the trunk. That motherfucker is definitely not biodegradable. Not gonna take him to the recycling plant. Because I crashed my car. As you might have guessed by now, I don't really give a shit about racial stereotypes. It's all ploy for the art of destroying my people in the way for jokes. Race is my blade, and it's just dripping with the blood of my country. Yeah! I'll deal with that in emails later. Talking about emails, you guys know when you sign off an email, sometimes you write kind regards. You guys do that? You've seen that, right? Yeah? It's a bit weird to me because it seems to me that whoever came up with that felt the need to say something nice, but couldn't actually be fucked writing something. It's like, oh, good sir, boy, do I have nice things to say to you. Just take my fucking word for it. So I decided to end my next email with similar logic. It was a friendly email. It read, Dear Officer, I'm shocked to hear that kittens went missing around my neighborhood at dinner time. What a tender state of affairs. I'm even more shocked to find that you think I'm involved. That's racist. Convincing alibi, Justin. Oh, I love you guys. You guys have been great. I'm Justin. Enjoy the show.
Justin Nye, ladies and gentlemen. Rightio. We got a treat for you. Are you ready? Yes. Okay. I love you say yeah. You don't even know what it is. You could be like, I'm going to whip my dick out. Okay, here we go. So we've had spontaneous come up, just to have a bit of diversity, as Justin likes to call it. And next we're going to have MUDS come up, which is Massey University Drama Society. They're going to come up and do a bit of a thing for you, a bit of a play, skit. That's what it is. Boom. They told me that before, and I was like, well, I wasn't listening. So welcome to stage to do Made Out of Meat from MUDS. Zach and Cameron, ladies and gentlemen.
No distinctive aroma. Non-polymorphic casing, no resonance. Hey, probably not food. Hey, conclusion. Useless object. Method of disposal. Termination. Exterminate! What?
They're made out of meat.
I'm sorry. Meat.
Meat. They're made out of meat.
Meat. You're joking, right?
I wish. We picked up several from different parts of the planet, took them aboard, and probed them all the way through. They're completely meat.
The poor things.
I remember my first probing. What's so funny?
You. They're made out of meat. Oh no. Oh come on, it's ridiculous. Think about it. What about the radio signals? What about the messages to the stars? Where's it all coming from?
They use the radio waves to talk, but the messages don't come from them. They come from machines.
Oh, there you go. The machines. That's who we want to contact.
Well, they made the machines. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Meat made the machines.
No, that's impossible. Meat can't make a machine. They're just too dumb. You're asking me to believe in sentient meat.
I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. These creatures are the only sentient species in that sector. Once again, they're made out of meat.
Okay, have you considered that that is just how they start out? Maybe they're like the orphalate. I love me an orphalate. A carbon-based intelligence. Well, carbon-based at least. Goes through a meat stage.
No, they are born meat and they die meat, and sometimes when they die they get turned into barbecue. Their lifespans are quite really short. Do you have any idea what the lifespan of meat is?
Oh, spare me the grisly details. Maybe the more like the Kriggins! Yes, the Kriggins! A meat head with an electron plasma brain inside.
We did think that, since they do have meat heads, like the Kriggins. But I told you, we probed them. They're meat all the way through.
So there's no brain.
Oh, there's a brain, all right. And guess what it's made of? No! Oh, yes! The brain is made out of meat.
So what does the thinking
You're not understanding, are you? You're refusing to deal with what I'm telling you here. The brain does the thinking. The meat.
Thinking meat.
Yes!
That is like a pork cutlet reciting Shakespeare.
Well, they do have that Hamlet's one.
I will throw you out the airlock. Thinking meat.
Yes, thinking meat, conscious meat, loving meat, dreaming meat. The meat is the whole deal. Am I making sense or do I have to start over?
Dreaming meat. By the stars, you're serious. Okay, fine. They're made out of meat.
Thank you! Finally! Yes, they are indeed made out of meat. And they've been trying to get in contact for a while.
Oh, so that's what was clogging up the answer phone there. Fine. What does the meat have in its meaty little mind?
Well, first they want to talk to us. Then I imagine they want to explore the universe, contact other species, and swap ideas and information. You know, the usual.
Wait, we have to talk to the meat.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to the meat.
I want to talk to you. That's the message that we're sending out through radio.
What message?
Hello? Anyone out there? Anyone home? The friendly neighbour sort of thing.
So they talk then? Yeah. They actually use words. Ideas and concepts.
Of course, except they do it with beats.
Ah! You just told me that they do it with the radio.
Well, yes, they do, but what do you think is on the radio? I don't know. Meat sounds. What? When you flap a piece of meat and it makes a sound.
Oh, that's disgusting.
They talk by flapping their meat.
Oh.
I guess they can even sing by squirting air through their meat. Here, listen, listen, listen.
No, I think I'm going to be sick.
Well, I liked it.
Okay, fine. They're knocking at the door. So what do you suggest we do? Yes, you.
You're the one who got the
I
promotion.
didn't want the promotion. Look, you're in charge now.
Okay, officially or unofficially?
Soft taco, hard taco, one or both.
Okay, well, officially we are required to contact, log in, and welcome any and all sentient races and or multi-beings in this corner of the universe.
Without prejudice, fear, or favour, yes. So, unofficially?
I say we erase the records and forget the whole damn thing.
Yes, I was hoping you'd say that.
It's harsh, but there is a limit. I mean, do we really want to make contact with meat?
I agree 100%. I mean, what does this say? Hello, meat. How's it going? But will this work? How many planets are we dealing with?
Just one. They can travel to other planets in special meat containers, but they can't live on them. And being meat, they're restricted to the speed of light. Any faster and they'd be
Flattened.
pancakes.
Smeared across the stars.
Like a bug.
So we just have to pretend that there's no one home in the universe.
Get out of my head.
Oh, it's cruel, but you said it yourself. Who wants to meet the meat? What about the ones in our vessels? The ones you, probed? Oh! Will they remember?
We're not going to forget that.
Will they remember us?
They might, but who believe them? I mean, we went into their heads and smoothed out their meat, so we're just a dream to them.
Smoothed out their meat. A meat dream. How strange that we should be a dream to the meat.
I mean, mark the entire sector unoccupied.
Fantastic. Agreed then, officially and unofficially.
Of course.
What is it the meats do now?
Shake.
Oh, yes. Fantastic.
Brilliant.
Is there anyone else out there? Anyone actually interesting on that side of the galaxy?
Yes, a hydrogen core cluster intelligence in a Class 9 star. Rather shy, but kind of sweet.
Do you want some roses?
They were in contact 2 galactic rotations ago. They want to be friendly again.
Oh, they always come around, don't they?
And why not?
Imagine how unbearably cold the universe would be when we're all alone.
Cameron Hunt, ladies and gentlemen. Awesome stuff. Alrighty, we got one more break for you because we don't want you sitting here weak in pants. So we're going to send you out, have a break, grab a drink, smoke, do whatever it is that you do. Go make it about 10 minutes, and we've got 3 more acts for you, and then we send you home. All right, sound good? Good. There you go. Well done. Thank you.
Say what the stars
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get back into it in about 2 minutes, so grab your drinks and grab your seats and we'll be back into it shortly.
Or miss the point, aim at you. Just wanna hear you say something that you believe to be true, but you say you don't know. You don't know. You just say you don't know. You don't know what it feels like. What it feels like. So I'll go before I fall to pieces. Yes, I'll go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for your third of this show. Please welcome back to the stage your MC for the night, Dylan Stewart. Give it up. Here we are. We're back. We're into the last bit. Then you can go home. Yes. Because it's school night tonight. Can't get you up too late. Have you enjoyed the show so far? Yes. Okay, we've got 2 more acts here. Did I say how many acts we had before? We've now 2. Anyway, we had more, but we don't. They went up to our standards and we just like, we were like, hey, you know what I said to the guy? I said, hey, do you like to travel? And he goes, yeah. And I said, do you like sex? And he goes, yeah. And I said, well, fuck off. Anyway, they didn't have it, but it'd be cool if it did, eh? Yeah, man. So I've been talking for a while, and I don't want to do that anymore. So I want to talk to people. Get to know them, and find out who they are, and digest them into, like, digest their goodness into my soul. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to find out how awesome they are and what they do. So we're going to talk to someone, not the Muds guys. I've talked to them a lot. Let's talk to this dude here, in the black, yeah, man, the one that just went, me. Man, talk to me. How's it going, man? Brilliantly. Yep. Man, you don't hear that enough, eh? Most of the time people are like, how you going? They're like, good. Which really means, I don't know. You know what I mean? This dude knows how we are. What's your name, buddy? Aiden. That's a rock and roll name, Aiden. I really like it. Most comedians will come up and be like, what do you do for a job? I don't really fucking care. So, what I want to know, Aiden, what I really want to know is, what was the last thing you ate?
Spinach chicken.
Spinach chicken.
Yep.
Man, that is weak stuff. That is weak. Any particular reason? Like, is that your go-to? Oh yeah, fucking parents, right? What the fuck is with old people and spinach? That's just some weak sauce. So at least put a little cream and garlic in it or anything, or was it just boiled to death? Man, you gotta sort them out. You know what I mean? You're an adult now, and it's time to just sit them down and be like, Mum, Dad, seriously, with this shit on the plate. You know what I mean? Like, no more of this. If it's green, it needs cream. That's my cooking technique. Yeah, bro. Just fucking. Was the chicken good though? No, it wasn't. There was a delay. And he's like, I'm live streaming. Mum and Dad might be watching. I gotta save some grace because there is a fucking inheritance, eh? And who are you here with today?
Technically, no one. Physically, these people.
I mean, we're all here physically. Technically, no one. And actually, hey, okay, well, we can fix it. We can fix that. All right. Is there any? Now, sorry, just between you and me, right? What's the person you're looking at? Like, female person or a male person, or just someone in between? Sorry? A pulse. Yeah, a pulse. Right. Is anyone here alive looking for a friend? Yeah. That's some cold shit, man. There's some cold shit moving away from him. I mean, the right thing to do, but some cold shit. There's a lady behind you who's looking lovely. Yeah, like directly behind you. Whoa. I tried. Sorry, dude. I really tried, man. I tried, but that's no good. Sorry about that. Dude on the end. Now, it was Sam. Fucking yes. Look at me. I remembered something, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Sam, did you come with someone?
No.
Oh, right. Yeah. Boom. I get to officiate the wedding. That's that. What do you do for a job?
Study.
You just study? What do you study?
Teaching. Secondary school teaching.
Don't. No. Don't do that. Yeah. I guess. Now, secondary school, are you going for like a subject you want to teach? English. We need that. I need that. My English is terrible. Do you know what I mean? Like I just fucking, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I make up words to express myself. Sometimes my wife comes home, she's like, how are you? I'm like, fallopian tubes. You know what I mean? Because I don't know words. Do you know what I mean? I'm in the wrong profession, honest to God. They're like, hey, you can talk. And I'm like, not well. And they're like, here's a microphone. Go talk for 2 hours. You know what I mean? How long have you been studying?
Just since the start of this year.
Yeah, cool. Not too late to bail. Right? Not too late to bail. I remember my English teacher in high school, right? She failed me 2 years in a row for what was fifth form at the time. I don't know what it is now, right? And then I knifed her one. No. Things you have to look forward to. No, she failed me twice, fucking bitch. Yeah, I hated her, eh? So, but good luck. We're all pulling for you. So that's real good. Let's go with someone. Actually, let's go with the lady who's behind the dude who's really lonely. You know what I mean? Like, it's all right, buddy. Yeah, the pretty earrings. Yeah, fucking A, pretty earrings. So, who did you come with?
I came with my sissy, Megs.
Your sissy, Megs. Fantastic. Yeah. And so I got Megs, and I didn't even know. It's real bad. Like, this is Megs, and I'm anonymous. Henny. It's a beautiful name. It's really nice. It's better than Megs, but, you know. No. And, yeah. And what did you have for breakfast this morning?
Hubbard's feijoa muesli with soy milk.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds cafe-like. Do you know what I mean? Was that at home? Did your husband make it for you? I just want to find out if you're married. That's all. Okay, moving on. No, thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting the cause. That's awesome. I'm really glad. And Megs, you too. Thank you. Did you buy your own tickets, or did someone buy it for the other one? Fucking A, yeah. You're a good friend. You're a good friend. Keep it up. We've got more shows. I'll tell you about them later, and you can buy tickets to those. That would be choice. Megs shut next. Yeah? We are now. We are now. So, actually, do either of you have kids? Yes. Oh, you already said that, didn't you? Yeah. And I probably dawned on me 15 minutes ago, like, where's the minute? Yeah. They're fine. no news is good news in the children world. Do you know what I mean? So. And the man world as well. Oh, totally. Totally. Sometimes I don't hear from my men at all. So, you know what I mean? Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't come back to me at all. Sometimes they just spit on my back and leave because I've had enough. Not really. It's never happened. So, this is what I'm saying. This is why I need English teacher, because this bullshit just comes out. I don't even know where it comes. I just have this crap in my head. Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. So I told you I was driving today and I went out to Norsewood, right? All right. And every time I had a random thought, I wrote it down. Do you want to hear my random thoughts? Here we go. What if your fingers had fingers? Do you know what I mean? Like if your fingers had more fingers coming off, wouldn't that be imagine the epic wanks. Do you know what I mean? That would be, you could wrap it right around. Because right now it's huge and I can only sort of... if I could go back in time, I would convince Isaac Newton not to call it gravity. I would call it cock and balls force. Because how much more fun would fifth form science be if you could be like, a plane banks at 4 cock and balls? Like, yeah. Do you know what I mean? The body can only handle 6 cock and balls. You'll be in fifth form science and be like, yeah. That's awesome. This one I was like, oh yeah. This is deep. How come in your dreams you can't read? Even though your brain knows how to read and it's creating the dream. Did you know that? In a dream, you can't read. You ever been in a dream and you're trying to like do your PIN numbers like on the EFTPOS machine and you're like, I can't get it right because I don't know which number's which. Have you ever had that? Dream bigger. Do you ever dream where you're running and you can't run fast enough? Yeah. Like you're stuck in mud? That's when you fucking... What? Yes. Thank you. That is brilliant. I find it weird when I can't run fast in my dreams because I can't run in real life. I find that weird. That's real weird. What did they do? How did social fads spread before social media? That's a good one, eh? But I was like, maybe people went overseas and saw things and then come back and were like, you're not going to believe this, but in Alaska, they're wearing hula hoops on their head now. And then they tried to do it and it just spread. Do you know what I mean? How did the news spread before social media? Right? Yeah, word of mouth, newspapers, but like local things, you know what I mean? Like I just think of 2 like country hits sitting on a porch being like, did you see the new Martin's boy? Some face he's got. You know what I mean? That was the weird thought I had. High fives are almost as satisfying as sex. Do you know that? You ever notice you get a real good crisp high five and it makes a great noise and you're like, that was as good as coming. No? You guys need to high five more, man. Like when you get a real, I hate these fucking floppy high fives. Do you know what I mean? Like here you go, put it up. Your hand, put it up. I hate these ones where they're just like, and then they leave it there, and then they hold on. Yeah, and then they shake, yeah. It's awkward, eh? It's got to be crisp, you know what I mean? Like a high five's got to be, here we go. This is good. We're going to do it. You ready? Yeah. Now, I'll teach you the trick to a good high five. Are you ready? This is going to fucking... And you can turn to the person next to you. Not so much. Turn to the person next to you and try this. Are you ready? If you aim for your person's elbow, every time you'll fucking nail it. So you aim for my elbow, I aim for yours. Ready? Fucking no. Boom! Isn't that good? A good high five should leave your hand a little bit tingly, so you're like, I don't think I'll wank later. It's a little bit sensitive. You know what I mean? There we go. Rightio. So, practice that tonight. Do it and have fun. Right, we're ready for your last 2 acts. Yeah, fucking A. Here we go. The next act is a bloody good guy. He was once voted the 3rd funniest dad in the country. How about that? So please welcome to the stage a good friend of mine, Chris Ingham, ladies and gentlemen.
It's really good to be here tonight. So good to be here. Really good to be here because I'm in a lot of shit at home. You guys know that game, Guess Who? Yeah, Guess Who? So my son got Guess Who for his birthday the other day. And to start off with Guess Who, really problematic game to me. You're having to make gender assumptions about people's race. It's fraught differently. You have to judge people on their appearances. So I try and keep it safe. Does your person have a receding hairline? Does your person have glasses? Is your person a rabid racist who gets away with it because he used to be the Reserve Bank Governor of New Zealand? You're Tom Brash. So no, it's okay. My son, he got the Finding Dory branded game of Guess Who for his birthday, which, you guys know Finding Dory yet? Yeah. Who's your favourite Finding Dory character? You're wrong. It's Dory, it's the bloody title of the film. So we were playing Finding Dory, me and my 5-year-old son versus my wife and our 3-year-old daughter. And we chose our characters, and we chose Destiny, who's a whale shark. Yeah? Everyone know Destiny? Yeah. So we were playing, does your person have a hat? Is your person blue? And then my wife looked at me and she said, "You're Dory." And instantly I could see where she'd gone wrong here, because Destiny, a whale shark, she thought a whale shark is a whale. We should just try and sort this out once and for all here tonight, guys. What I want you to do is, when I say, is a whale shark a fish, if you think a whale shark's a fish, could you just raise your hand for me? So is a whale shark a fish? This is in Auckland recently, and you guys are a bit smarter than them. See, they agree with me. Love you lots. See you soon. Bye. Send message. You didn't look so convinced there. What's your name? Tracy. What's a whale shark? Is it a whale or a fish? Fish, yeah. There are a couple of other people who are a little bit misguided here as well. What I want you to just confirm for me, that's the Wikipedia page for whale shark, yeah? No, just say yes or no. Excellent. Yes, so I'll do the reading. The whale shark, Rhynchodon typus, I should really learn how to pronounce that, is a slow-moving, filter-feeding carpet shark and the largest known extant fish species. The largest confirmed individual had a length of 18.8 metres. The whale shark, do-do-do-do, whale shark, do-do-do-do, whale shark, do-do-do-do, whale shark. It's a fish. I was right to do. Just got a text message. For fuck's sake, it was almost a year ago. Why do you have to keep on making a bloody song and dance about it? I bet you're getting someone called Tracy to read out that bloody Wikipedia article now. I'm taking the kids and going to my mother's house. Get in touch when you decide to grow the fuck up. So maybe I should just stick to political comedy, which is what I do normally. Any Simon Bridges fans in? Pretty much every single one of them. Oh, it's been a tough week tough lifetime for Simon Bridges even, eh? The capital gains tax has come out hard against that. Possibly because when he inherited the National Party leadership from Bill English, Labour Party taxed him most of his preferred Prime Minister polling. But then about a month ago, God, it seems an age ago now, National Party put out that ad about the Labour Party's Kiwi Build policy. And oh boy, that made me mad. Anybody else get mad about that ad as a male feminist ally? I've got nothing against your auntie, sir. I don't know her. Yeah, shush. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to hear my funny jokes, mate. Oh God, I've lost my train. I was enraged as a male feminist ally at this ad. I mean, come on. Were you enraged by this ad?
Yes.
Excellent. You should have been, because you see what happened. I don't want to stand in the jacket there. The problem with this ad was there was a guy at a barbecue, and he was explaining to a young woman who was at the barbecue exactly what the problem with the Kiwi Bill policy was in most excruciating detail, as though she was a little bit thick. And a lot of people, they saw this as an example of mansplaining. So mansplaining, what it is you see, when a male, he explains in minute detail. No, don't just shut up, man. Look, she's learning. Laughing is learning. They explain minute detail about something that often the woman is a lot more qualified to understand about. And it can be in quite a condescending manner. So condescending, what that means is that we're explaining something to you like you're just a little bit thick in little words. I don't know, maybe the National Party's onto something here. Maybe this is the future of advertising. He's gone, mate, he's gone. Not many other people did though. I don't know, maybe the National Party are onto something here. Maybe this is the future of advertising. Like, I understand you think you found a lower price on the same stock item than at Bunnings Warehouse. Is that right? Yeah, you have? I think you'll find that if you go to Bunnings, they'll beat that lowest stocked item by 15%. 15%, what that means is on that same stocked item that you get elsewhere, for every $10 you spend elsewhere, they'll only charge you $8.50. That's a whole $1.50 left. Ladies and gentlemen, that's about me for tonight. You've got one more act to go. Have a great rest of your evening. Thanks a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got one more act for you and then we send you home. Is that cool? Yeah! Damn straight. I've never seen people so happy to go home. So, before we see you, I just want to plug a few things. Comedy Hub, this is a cool fundraiser we're doing. We do other shows. We've actually got one tomorrow night at the Royal, 8 o'clock. Come down, it's $5 to get in. Friday night, Chris Ingham, who's on stage, actually does a show, Shed 23, called Palmy on the Couch. Really fun, sort of a chat show, David Letterman type of thing. It's real fun. But go onto our Facebook page, Comedy Hub. Look it up on Facebook and you'll find all our gigs. Or you can find me. I'm going to plug myself here because my wife won't do it. So, Dylan Stewart, comedian. You can find me there as well. So, are we ready for your headline act for tonight? Yeah, damn straight we are. So this guy, damn straight. Yeah, so this guy, get this, is walking to Auckland to raise money for Lifeline. Isn't that fucking boss ass? Do you know what I mean? Damn straight. He's a real good friend of mine. He's a real good dude. So please welcome. Okay. What was his name again? Yeah. Please welcome to the stage, Ren Woodhill, ladies and gentlemen.
Really good friend of mine. What's his name again? Great Star. Hey guys, my name's Ren. Nice to see you all. It's nice to be here. Especially, I like walking out here very smugly and realising I'm the best person in this room. For two reasons. One is because I am. And the other one is like, yeah, cool. Like, congratulations, give yourselves a round of applause for coming out and supporting a charity. Yeah, well done, guys. Yeah. I'm supporting two. Not that it's competition, but if it was, I'd be one up from you guys. So thank you very much. No, it's cool. It's good to be here. It's good just to see a crowd. Because in this line of work, you don't always see a crowd. I'll give you an example. I did a show in Timaru about 6 months ago to two people. Yeah, what made that worse is it was a panel show. Yeah, so there were 7 people on stage at all times. And I don't know if you've seen a comedy show where the audience is outnumbered by the acts by over 300%. But it's pretty fucking awkward. And those two people were my first ever girlfriend from when I was 11 years old and her husband. And there was this beautiful moment where she looked at me and then looked at her husband. And you know when someone says something without even meaning to say something? She just said, yeah, I made the right decision. So what I'm trying to say to you guys, it's good to be here. I recently, my brother just had a baby. It was unplanned.
for tonight. Well, did you have fun? Yeah, man, totally. I did too. Yeah, you've been a great audience. Thank you for supporting the cause. Come along to more Palmy comedy. Would love to see you again. Seeing some big nods. Yeah, damn straight. Damn straight. I'm seeing some no's. Whatever's. So, firstly, thank you to the Globe for having us tonight. Thank you for our lovely camera crew. Being like, wonderful. Thank you. Please come and be my name. Saying good night. Good night. Oh, one more.
I'd like to thank very much the Comedy Hub for putting on this show and raising over $500.